this door. And I'm just like, my mom has the ability to take the door off the hinges. It's gonna be grown so bad. So get out of my house.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? It's Tay. I'm back with another video, and y'all, it is I think 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Like on camera, I said I got kicked out. I was living in my mom's house, and now I'm not because we was beefing. It was just a lot. I think it was just us. We were just arguing a lot all the time. And then we had a disagreement about something as per usual. And she was like, oh, you want to be grown so bad. So get out of my house. Well, basically, if you guys do not know, I've been living with my mom. I've been living in her house for 21 years. And with that, it's been a lot of it's been a lot of trauma. It's been a lot of, irritation, a lot of disagreements. Ever since I was a teenager, we were just always like going back and forth. Why not? Like, you're a teenager. You're broke. What else are you going to do? You can't move out. And I was just always crying. And I was just like in this loop of just always being there, feeling like I was like trapped. Even right before I left, I was like, dang, I'm trapped. Like, where am I going to go? I don't have like a bunch of money. I can't afford an apartment, but I want to move out. Like, oh, well, I'm in college. I can dip. Yeah, when I was in college, I wasn't living at home. So it was never really like, oh, issue. But as soon as I dropped out of college, it was like, dang, until I could afford to move out, you have to endure, suffrage. So, and here we are now. So we're gonna do a makeup look. Guess we're gonna do kind of like a neutral, because where's all the rest of my palettes? I couldn't tell you. I don't know where the hell they at actually. Like, when you get to the point where you feel like you don't have to respect nobody and they trying to help you also, that's when it becomes a problem. She's like, we got to like an argument. It was a lot of arguments prior to this, but this one particular argument, um, it started off over dog pee. First of all, it's dumb. I was like, well, the dog has bugs. You don't want to let him outside, so why, like, how are you mad when he pees in the floor? And she was like, oh, I don't like the fact that he looked at me and then decided to pee because it felt like he tried me. And I was like, well, it's a dog. I don't know what to tell you. Like, he peed. Then she got mad over that. And then she just kept treating me like I was stupid when I was trying to get her to understand my point of view like she always does. So I got mad. I was on the phone with my friend. And then I was going off about it. She heard me on the ring camera. And she also heard me, like, screaming because I was outside screaming. And it was like, my, this was in the morning time. Because, like, when I get irritated, I go off. Like, when I crash out, I go off. I don't care. So, and she was like, oh, you better watch your tone. You better watch the way you're talking to me. And you not going to disrespect me in my house. But keep in mind, I'm helping you with the bills. I pay, like, my little bit of rent. I also give you extra for my student loan willingly out of my own pocket. I help with my sister that's also disabled. And then on top of that, sometimes I buy food for the whole family. Or sometimes I just buy food for me and my sister or my grandma. And it's just like, okay, I understand that, at the end of the day, it's your house. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to nobody. But I feel like you saying that you don't feel like you have to respect me and I'm actually helping you or trying to make your life like a tad bit easier on that aspect, and you just, say basically, I don't have to respect you because you're a child or you're my child. A lot of parents have that mentality where they feel like they don't have to respect their kids. And it's irky because it's like, I can understand if your kids sitting at home not doing that with their life and not working, not trying to be better, not trying to help you, not trying to do anything or trying to make anything out of themselves. But as we all know, that's not the truth. Then we gonna go on with this little purple shimmer color. Oh, but oh, I love her. She's my mom. And then when you get treated like that for years, and I felt like that's why my cousin had a really hard time, like, trying to understand where I was coming from, because he was like, oh, you're not wanted, leave, just leave, just leave. But I was very scared to leave because I never lived on my own besides college. And then on top of that, I just felt a lot of, it was like I felt anxiety, but I also felt a lot of comfort within it because I was so used to her narcissistic ways. And my side of the story, I'm just telling how things are. Plus, if you ever did me dirty or I felt like you did me wrong, a story time is coming your way. Okay? But basically, we got into it or whatever. I was outside screaming and hollering. Because I was like, oh, she don't respect me. Okay, keep that in mind. She said, oh, you think that because you pay me so and so dollars like a month that means something for your rent. But it genuinely kind of feels that way because it's like, can't nobody embarrass you when you embrace everything or when you don't feel no shame. Lied. She would sit there and go off. So she heard me outside, right? And she came outside. She started screaming and hollering and talking about some, oh no, you want to tell the whole neighborhood what's going on? And my granny was on the opposing end and she was like, no, you don't need to do that. The whole neighborhood don't need to know what y'all going through. Like, stop screaming and hollering. And I was like, no, because she do this all the time. She don't feel the need to respect me. And then everybody thinks she's just so sweet and nice. My friends were like, I never knew you had an issue with your mom until I talk about it. Like, they thought we was besties. Why shouldn't I call one of my homegirls to vent about what happened? And I stopped talking to her about what happened because I noticed it was annoying. Plus, I live on my own now, so it's like, how are you still getting on my nerves when I don't live with you? Like my granny, and I'm gonna listen to what my granny just told me to do. So I come inside the house, right, and I close the door and I lock the door. I never locked the door in my house because that was just a thing. Like in my house, you don't lock the door. I locked the door because I didn't feel like being bothered. Because I'm like, she told me to come in. There's no reason for us to go back and forth. That we're not bickering no more. She's banging on the door, like, open up the door, open up the like. I girl, she's like, open up this door, open up this door, and I'm just like, my mom has the ability to like go take the door off the hinges. So before it even got to that point, because she knows how to do all that. So before it even got to that point, I was like, let me just open up this door because I'm not gonna have her banging, hooting and hollering on my doggone door. Because if she needs to remove it, she will. Type of person where she doesn't respect your boundaries at all. Like, she doesn't care. So like, if you don't want to be bothered, she doesn't care. She's gonna follow you and she's gonna keep bothering you because she feels like you don't deserve any respect to deal with all that. So why are you coming here bothering me if you didn't want to be bothered? That, you see how that don't make no sense? She's banging on the door. I open the door and then she started going off about, oh, this is why you're getting kicked out and you're so disrespectful. Also, I forgot to mention that when we was outside, she was like, you got 30 days to pack your and get the fuck out of my house. And I was like, I don't even need the 30 days. I'm out. And here I am now. You know, for some reason, I just felt like, oh, there was no way for me to possibly move out unless it was in an apartment. Girl, I'm so glad my dad has been an amazing help. You know, I have roommates, so we just be vibing out, we be chilling. And that was the smartest decision that I've made so far. Mind you, don't have a car, don't have my license because I got to retake my license. But I don't care. I'm vibing, like, and I'm happy here. I'm genuinely happy. Like, I don't feel depressed. I don't feel that super like dad anxiety that I used to feel at home. Like, I don't feel like I'm weighted down. I don't feel stagnant like I used to. Like, you know, me and my mom did get into it again here. Like, even when I moved out. And mind you, I always block my mama when I get mad. Like, one thing about me and that black lady, we go together. Blocked her. My friend's house. Okay, I'm over there with him and his mom. And my mom called me and she's like, oh, I just want to know why you blocked me. And I was like, well, you kicked me out. You said you don't have to respect me. And then on top of that, I told her I wasn't going to pay her for the rent because I said I'm not going to be here for the whole, like, month. I honestly said it because I was just upset. I already knew I was going to pay her because I always pay her rent money. Like, that's just something I do. Like, I don't play about paying people their money. But I said it and she decided to take the money out of my account. And I was pissed. I was pissed about that because she usually only takes it at a certain time of the month. What are you talking about? And then she was like, no, well, you paid for last month, you didn't pay for this month. And I was like, whatever. The money's gone. I don't care. I'm over it. I'm just ready to go. So I end up moving out and things are going well until it's not. So back to the friend house. And then my mom calls me and she's like, hey, why you got me blocked on Instagram or something like that? And I was like, she at first said, why you unfollowed me? And I was like, well, you kicked me out, you don't feel the need to respect me, blah, blah, blah. And then she hung up, right? So I'm thinking not much of it. I'm just like, okay, whatever. She probably mad, but that's nothing new with my mom. Then she called me back literally like a minute or two later. And she's like, oh, if you blocked me on here, you might as well just block me on everything else. So then she blocked me on Facebook. I did not block my mom on Facebook until she blocked me. Because why are you blocking me on Facebook? I was like, okay, she keeps calling me. I don't know what she wants. But if I don't answer the phone, she gonna get mad. If I do answer the phone, she gonna get mad. So it's like, you don't win. Neither way it goes. Friend's mom's wrong. We still vibing out. We still chilling. And then she called me going off about why I got kicked out and how I'm so disrespectful. Mind you, I haven't said anything to her besides the reason I blocked her. Because don't ask me a question if you don't want the answer to it. And that's just genuine. Like, that's genuinely how I felt because I was like, why are you sitting here going off on me when you just asked me like a question. That don't make no sense. You going off because I told you how I felt. I felt disrespected. I'm blocked and everything, and I've unblocked her simply because I don't know why I unblocked her actually, but I feel like she thinks we back like on that level, and I feel like we won't be back on that like level as cool as we used to be. Like, don't get me wrong, she picks me up from work today. We've been like chilling, but when it's good. But I don't want it to fall back into that cycle, that toxic cycle again. And then it gets annoying because you're like, oh, I don't want it to be like that no more. I don't want her to think that she can just come in my life and just be like that. Well, why did you block me? Like, she called me again, and I was at home. She said, "Why did you block me?" And I was like, genuinely, I just need space. Like, I'm tired. I need space. Keep in mind, she doesn't understand boundaries. So she's like, "Oh, fine, if that's how you feel," and going off and all that. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't live with you. Like, I don't know why you keep calling me and going off and stuff. And I was like, it feels fake because my at this time she kept picking me up from work, she kept dropping me off, but then she would never have nothing nice to say, or sometimes it would just be irritating. And I'm so used to like that toxic cycle. So I was like, I'm tired of it. I was like, it feels fake because it feels like you just pick me up and buy me stuff so you have something to rub in my face, right? Since you think it's so fake, I'm gonna stop helping you, or since you think that I'm not being genuine with my intentions and stuff, I'm gonna stop helping you, period. I'm not gonna pick you up from work. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna buy you nothing. It's been that way for a minute. Irritating, and I'm mad because the one eye looks a lot better than the other eye. It's just like, I'm tired of like this repetitive cycle. So when she called me that day asking me why I blocked her, I was like, I'm tired. I just need my space. Like, I'm genuinely tired. I'm drained. I don't want to talk to you. Like, I'm so over it. She took it so personal. She was like, oh, well, it's fine. I'm never gonna do nothing for you again, and you so ungrateful. And this is not the first time she said it. Like, she says it all the time. So me not living with her, I'm like, okay, you ain't gonna help me. I'll do it on my own. Now I'm doing it on my own, and now she's upset about it. You see what I'm talking about? I care about the way they were treating you in the process of any of that. So when you have a family member telling you that you should forgive them or y'all should just put it in the past, ignore that shit immediately and take time for yourself. And the more I get older and I realize that I'm never gonna get that relationship that I craved with my mom, because she even told me herself, she was like, I don't care to have a relationship with you as my daughter and all that. And I was just like, you know what? That really hurt me to hear, because that little girl in me still wants to have a relationship with my mom. However, it's not gonna happen, you know. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, you can't force someone to have a relationship with you, appreciate you in a certain way, because learning it. But at the same time, I'm glad that I wasn't talking to her for a while. I'm glad that I took time for myself, because I look crazy. Oh. And I feel like for a good part of my life, I was just accepting anything. I really apologize. It would just be one of those moments where we don't talk about it like ever again. But I don't know. I feel like if you have a toxic parent and you're so drained and you keep allowing them to come into your life, and you don't, even if you live with them or not, and you keep allowing them to like bother your headspace, whether you got to go no contact, whether you got to block them, do whatever. And truthfully and honestly, I ended up blocking her not only because I didn't want to talk to her, but I ended up blocking her because I was so like dependent on my mom for like a long time, where I knew that if she called me, I was gonna answer. And of course, like this, like I said, the video's not to like bash her or anything, or like make people change their perspectives of her. You know, of course, my family members just like, oh, you know, you guys should just forgive each other. You guys should move on. There's no moving on and forgiving each other when you do stuff like that and you refuse to fix your behaviors. I mean, you shouldn't be treating your child like that. They never care about that one. They never wake that to you. My headspace is a lot more clear. Like I said, I don't feel stagnant. So this is your sign to move out your toxic parents' house. I don't care. I don't care if you got to rent a room. I don't care if you got to live at a friend house. I don't care if you have to move into an apartment that you live in paycheck to paycheck for. Make sure you straight though. Don't do that. But make sure you straight. As long as you got your sense of self, you got a job, and you got your peace, that's all you need. Was like living there. I was like, I'm gonna have to leave, and it was very scary for me. It was, because the only time I lived on my own was in college, and technically, you're not on your own. Like, am I making the right choice? I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I'm straight. I'm genuinely okay. And you should just try to patch things up. What am I patching things up for if it's just gonna be the same continuous cycle? So I don't know if she's gonna see this video. If she see it, then I don't know. She see it. Y'all, why she hit up my homegirl and tell her the story about what really happened in her words, and I don't understand that because it's not like I was just going around lying. She called me and she was like, why did your mama call me? Sign to move out, move out, move out. You'd be like, oh, I can't afford it. How your savings account looking? You can't save. You got a job. You can save. If you're in a predicament where you don't have any money saved and you're in a toxic household, save every single penny you have. If you have a toxic parent, don't tell them that you're making money because they will try to take advantage of that. Why am I setting it when I know I'm about to take this thing off? Because it feels right. Almost done. It's the last step. I should have did this before the highlight, but I completely forgot about it. We locked it in, Pookies. I think we locked it in. It doesn't look amazing, but it's okay.
I hate it.
My boyfriend has my lip liner. No. Okay. If you didn't take anything from this video, I'd say that you guys don't need to accept bullshit from anybody, not even your parents. Get your shit together, move out, and protect your peace, okay? Love y'all. I'll see y'all later.